Hello, goblins. It's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. And this is an episode of this week's Pipes. Or more accurately, this week's pipe. Because it's this one's a complicated affair and I can only make one of them in a week and it pretty much takes up all of my time. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. I just wanted to update a few things. All the Tampons have shipped. In fact, they've started arriving all over the place. I've seen posts showing people with their newly acquired tamper. Do me a favour. Do posts about them. Get the message out there and make people jealous that you've got them. I will be doing a smaller release. That release was 20 tampers. That's what I had. I've got another batch of 10 to do, but they're not ready yet. They'll be ready in a couple of weeks. I'll be doing those on Instagram, so you'll have to keep your eyes open for those if you missed one from the release on YouTube. I'm sorry if you didn't get one. There were more people than there were tampers. I thought previous times I've made them in batches of 10 and like by the time I got to the 10th one, it's like, you know, everyone's got one. So when I thought I made 20, I thought I'd made more than enough. But apparently not. I knew I had another 10 prepped, but once I do these, that will be it for a little while. I don't know when I might. It'll probably be next year before I think about doing any more of them. It's fun, but it's not the most cost-effective use of my time. But I do like doing them. They are fun. Now, I just wanted to... I got a small apology. When I was talking about the pipe show, I was frantically trying to remember all the people there, and I forgot to mention Lee Massa. I'm sorry, Lee. It was out of my head. But yes, one table down from me was Lee Massa. You might know as Peak Pipes, and was a lovely chap. Great to meet you, Lee. I'm really sorry I forgot to mention you there. I'm just going to show you. Was there something else I was going to say? Oh yes. Now, you might think that all day long I just get praise for my artistry and wizardry, but not so. It's not all handshakes and claps on the back. I've got to read you this. This guy posted on this week's Pipes dated 15th of July this year, 22. And this guy is Vintage Pipes Nightmares. And he writes, "My God, that's one ugly, huge olive wood pipe. The mouthpiece is the only nice thing, just the colour. Soon we will have more pipe makers than pipe smokers." The only point I'd like to make is that there is no olive wood pipe. I only make pipes in briar at the moment, so you may not have the expertise in wood that you think you do. But apart from that, if you don't like them, you don't like them. It's totally fine. As far as we will have more pipe makers than pipe smokers, I mean, that can only be a good thing. The more variety, the better, I say. Right. Before we get to this week's pipe, I've got a little preview of next week's pipe. Well, sort of. This is a piece of briar cast in resin. You can see the burl of the block there. This is going to be a resin pipe, but it's going to be the first one using This is actually cast in the amber flame resin, so it's going to have a matching stem. So this is literally the rod and the briar were cast in from the same batch of resin. Really looking forward to that. This will be next week's pipe, so that's going to be cool. There was also a small hint to this week's pipe, not in the bag. I'm just going to show you. It's an iridescent carnivorous snail. I did make a snail recently for the pipe show, and then it sold from the video I put up after the show. In fact, almost all of them sold, all but one sold. As you can tell, this is the resin cast onto the briar, more or less exactly like this piece, and then carved as a normal pipe. I just love carving these guys. Because the curve of each piece of briar is unique, because it's a natural object. Each snail sits differently. Quite a lot of them kind of like sit rather drunkenly to one side or the other, which is quite quaint. The iridescent resin is cast with the mother of pearl. It's the mother of pearl resin, essentially. It's like about 5 1/4 inch stem then, and it's a reverse calabash.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't know what she's not sure about. Maybe she's not sure. So there you go. Quite a nice blast on this one. Getting the two finishes. Yeah, the two finishes. The sandblast bowl and the smooth, the polished smooth shell is somewhat of a challenge. I don't mind telling you. But then that's what makes them special, I guess. It's one of the things that makes them special. All right, that'll be going off to its new home shortly. Carnivore snail. All right, that's it from me, I think. Pretty sure it is. I can feel it's like the end of the week. My energy levels are kind of going. We've been watching Stranger Things again. The boy has just started. He's 12, so it's sort of like the perfect age, because obviously all the kids are 12. They're just 12, I think. Maybe they're even a touch younger. Maybe they're 12 in season 2. But like all that D&D and the mystery, it's just perfect. He's loving it at the moment. There you go. All right, that is it from me. I'm going to stop waffling. I'll see you next week. So until then, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.